Oh, dang it. I didn't mean to didn't mean to go live. Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. And tonight we are live here. We're actually not live in the studio. We are live from home. And so happy to be here live tonight. We have a wonderful, wonderful special guest. But first of all, let me just go ahead and say happy Black History Month. Man, we are going live on today is February 23rd. Near the end of Black History Month. It doesn't matter. We're still doing what we can to celebrate our heritage, our history, our legacy. And this marks 100 years. That's right, 100 years of Black history here in America. Shout out to Carter G. Woodson, who was a dope historian, dope teacher, and made sure that folks way back in the day wanted to knew about all of the wonderful things, inventors, scientists, teachers, those who made America great. He really wanted to make sure that folks knew that there were people who were dark-skinned and were very influential in America. And so what started out as 1 week back in 1926 later turned Black History Month in 1976. And now we have celebrated 100 years of Black history. So congratulations. to all of those who celebrated, like myself. And we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful end of the year celebration. All right. Do me a favor. If you're watching in the comments, go ahead and maybe drop your favorite Black History person in the comments. And El Presidente, am I live on YouTube? Just double checking for me. Yes, I am live. Okay, cool. All right. So again, man, if you can, go ahead and drop some comments in the chat just to see if you are here or you're present. Let me know who your favorite Black History person is. Mine was definitely Rosa Parks. We shared the same birthday, and so again, happy Black History Month as we celebrate for the few more days that we have left. All righty. So it looks like everything is good. We should be live on the Facebook side. And if you want to come on over to the YouTube side, that's great. All you have to do is type in NCS Best on the West, come over to the YouTube. And the reason why it's important for you to come over to the YouTube station side of things is because we can populate your comments. So if you're watching right now and, oh, someone said Adam Clayton Powell. Okay. All right. Someone's watching. Let me see if I can hit the play button. All right. All righty. So someone is watching, dropped Adam Clayton Powell in the chat, and I can pop that on the right real quick. There we go. So if you're watching, drop your favorite Black History person in the chat. All right. Without further ado, man, we have a wonderful guest. Someone who, if I've known, I don't know, man, I've known this dude for a couple of years and did not know until recently that this guy was an alumnus, or he went to Normandy Christian way back in the day. Didn't even know it. I mean, years later we met, and it was like, wait a minute, you went to Normandy? He's like, wait a minute, you went to Normandy? I was like, yes. He's one of the OG 53, you guys. So, we got to give him a big shout out. I met this dude back in 1989 at a National Youth Conference. Those of you who know about the National Youth Conferences of the Churches of Christ, I met him at Oklahoma. It was my very first time meeting this dude. And so until recently, I just found out that he was a student at NCS. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce my wonderful guest. My man is from Dallas, Texas right now. I call him B, but y'all might know him as Brian Davis. What's up, B?
What is up? What's up, gang? What's up, West Side? How's everybody doing?
Man, I'm so happy to have you on here, doing our thing, man. Thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, yeah. I mean, B is, he's a YouTuber. He was a track coach. Now I know he deals with technology. He's a DJ. Man, why don't you go ahead, instead of me introducing the folks, why don't you go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about yourself?
All right. So as he mentioned, I am a YouTuber. Name of my YouTube channel is Bromatic Life Adventures. And basically, that started from the pandemic. I'm a school teacher as well. And I remember we went home for break during the pandemic. Everything was getting fresh, and they called us and said, we're not going back. So I sat at home. It was only so much stuff we can do online because we weren't prepared. Kids didn't have technology. So I would jump on YouTube and I would just see people working, but they're working their jobs remotely from the beach, from the mountains, from anywhere they wanted to. It got me curious. And so I started researching. Oh, they're staying in RVs. So to make a long story short, I ended up, it piqued my curiosity so much. I went out, got an RV a couple years later. And I said, let me try to do a YouTube channel. So I started doing a YouTube channel. I love production. Even though I'm a teacher, my degree is actually in music business and production. So I've always been production minded. So from there, it just went on. As he also mentioned, I have been a track coach. I'm still a track coach at the school, but for 20 years I had a track program called the Dallas Blaze Track Club. We were blessed to have a lot of national championships and stuff like that. And so I worked my way back into doing more technology now. And I enjoy it.
Absolutely. Shout out to Brian Davis. I mean, he's putting some folks up on the track, man. Now let me ask you before we get into it real quick. Any Olympians, man? Any students from your program? Did they turn into Olympic track people, runners, sprinters?
We haven't had any Olympians, but we had a lot of them go to college on scholarship.
Okay.
1 year, I don't remember what year it was, but 1 year we counted. We had 16 athletes that were on scholarship in college, and I predominantly work with inner city youth.
Yeah.
So that was big because a lot of them would not have had the opportunity, to be able to go to college. So I'm thankful I had a part in that.
Absolutely, man. Super nice to have you on, man. Let's go ahead and get this party started. I mean, matter of fact, Brian, Brian and I, we used to talk back and forth a little bit about using the same piece of software. And so I think until recently, he stopped using the same streaming software that I'm using right now. But, so we would go back. And then even during the pandemic, we were kind of reaching out, or you reached out to me in terms of using the same camera, right? Weren't you using the Canon M50 at some point?
M50, yep. Yes, sir. That was my entry-level camera.
Man, that was my first live streaming camera too, man. That Canon M50, and I still have it somewhere over there. I'm now.
It gets the job done.
It got the job done.
Yeah.
It got the job done, but now I've kind of graduated over to the Sony side. I was a Canon person for a long time, but I'm over here using my Sony. But it's all good. All right, bro. Let's go ahead and hop into this interview, man. So we got a whole bunch of questions. Now, you are one of the original 53 students at NCS, right? Normally Christian School way back in the day. Take us back to those early days. What do you remember most about being a student at NCS?
I don't really have a whole lot of vivid memories. One of the memories that I do have, I started making some of my first friends there. And I'm one guy for some reason that sticks in my mind. I haven't talked to him about it since I left there. Jackson Bond. For some reason, we were in the same class. He's the person I remember. I remember always being around different activities. My dad worked at Pepperdine. And so he and my mom always had us involved with whatever the school had going on there. And I guess my most vivid memory, kind of embarrassing, my first day of school, I went there for kindergarten. And I remember my mom left, and I sat there and cried. I don't know why. I remember that. I just cried like a baby. And my mom told me later, she really hated to have to see me, and walk off like that. But other than that, that was my first experience with a lot of positive young black kids.
No,
I didn't know that at the time. Looking back, that's kind of what I felt at the time.
Hey, listen. So I got a picture here, and Erwin is saying Brian he said he has some echo on both YouTube and Facebook. Okay. Let me ask you, Brian, do you have any headphones handy?
I can grab some. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's see. While he's doing that, I'm gonna set this up real quick. So I have one picture. Let's see. As he's doing that, this one right here. Okay. And Erwin, if you're watching, let me know if once he connects with his some headphones, let me know if that takes care of that problem. So here is one of the early pictures that I can remember at NCS, and I know. Let me see if I can blow myself up. I know where I am on the picture, and then I want to see if Brian can find out where he is. Is it gonna let me enlarge? Let me see. Okay, now I see me. All right, I think Brian is ready. Brian, are you there? You got your headphones on?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. All right, Erwin, let me know if that diminishes the echo. But where do you see yourself in this photo? Right? Can you see the photo?
I can't see it yet.
Okay. All right. Hold on. You know what? Matter of fact, this is the same photo that you sent to me a couple of months ago, dude. So you might have it if you have your phone handy. Scroll up in our message thread, and you should see it. Let me see. Yeah, I see where I am. And I know your eyes. And I saw you a couple of months ago when I was looking at this photo. Let me see. You were somewhere near the front, I think. Where are you, B? Darren, oh, there you go. I see you. Okay. I see you sitting next to Tina Jackson.
Okay, I'm looking at it now. Let's see.
So you're on the on the left side.
Yeah, I see you. I see it now. Yes.
You see. So here, and I know you guys probably can't see my cursor, but Tina Jackson is right here in. She's sitting in the dress, and then there's some eyes right next. There's a little boy right next to Tina, and that's Bryant. That's Bryant right there. I wish I had a pointer where you guys can see it, but yeah, man, that's you. One of the OG 53 way back in the day. Man,
yes, sir.
What memories do you have about that particular? I mean, do you remember that day? I know you said you were kind of crying and kind of ticked off.
I don't have any memories about that. As a matter of fact, I don't even know where we were.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure that out too, man. I just, it was probably one of those earlier, beginning of the school year kind of situations. And then also Darren had sent me over, he sent me over a progress report. Now, I don't know if it's your progress report, Darren. Is this his progress report or just a? That is his. Oh, man. El Presidente has yours.
I actually got it with me.
Oh, man, see? Look at that. Okay, you got your progress report. Go ahead, B.
Here's the thing. I don't know. When I had my last move, I was digging around and I found it. But I don't know if I'm surprised at the fact that I found it.
Yeah.
Or some of these low grades I saw on here. I'm like, hold up, man.
Wait, I'm looking at the picture because I think you sent me the picture too, man. So semester 1, you had Sister Cease. You had Miss Cease as your teacher, okay? Yes. And I'm looking at your grades, man. Bible. Let me see. But here's the thing, man. I'm trying to figure out what grade this was, man. It's printed on the top. I'm looking. It's first grade. Man, how you get a C in health in first grade, dude?
Exactly. Why was I taking health in the first place?
Wait, you got
science?
A C you got a C in social science? Man, a B+ in spelling? Oh,
that's crazy.
Wait, hey, you got a C in music, dude?
Oh man.
This is crazy. So and you got an A in Bible.
Okay, that's kind of surprising too, actually.
Oh man.
Oh man, this is some good stuff right here.
Oh, this is crazy. Okay, Erwin said he still has an echo. Man, I don't know what that is, dude. I don't know if it's me over here. Okay. Well, hopefully it's not too bad, okay? You guys just stick around. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this, man. What was it like growing up in Los Angeles during that time? It was in the early 1970s. Paint a picture for us, if you remember, the neighborhood, the culture, and just kind of the feel of L.A. When you were living here with your parents way back in the day.
So we actually lived down the street from the old Pepperdine campus.
Okay.
And so, my dad worked at Pepperdine. So I would a lot of times I would get on my little tricycle or bicycle and just ride onto the campus. That's when we can let the kids go down the street without worrying about them. I'll just ride on there to see the dad. And it was just real a time we was real playful. And I was thankful to have like a really good childhood. Like I was always active in all kind of child things. I didn't really experience anything that was, traumatic or anything like that. And California was great.
Yeah.
My early memories of California was great.
No, it was real crazy. And I do remember, man. I remember, at that early age, riding the bus early, just being a young lad, I don't want to say 5 and 6, but, I remember my mom would ride the bus up to a certain point, then I would get off because she didn't drive. So, we would hop off the metro or back then the RTD. and she would walk with me part of the way, and then part of the way she would let me kind of go and walk on my own. So yeah, you could do those things right by yourself, and seeing that you only lived across the street from the school, it wasn't that big of a deal. Plus, your dad was there too, so that was super dope, man. Um, do you think that being a student at NCS, in its founding years, do you think that environment shaped who you were as a young man? Do you remember any of those lessons or stories, or anything from your childhood back in the day when you were, at NCS?
I just remember it was a lot of encouragement going on.
Mm,
Thinking back, I probably had a hard time separating it from the actual church because it was a lot of the same type of people that were there, a lot of the same, aside from the academic things that were taught. Um, Pretty much how to carry yourself, how to behave. Those were pretty much the same things. And so I really, when I think back, I just think about the encouragement that I got,
mm.
and a lot of the nurturing that I got. Um, and I could feel the community, and I don't know if that's something that's prevalent anytime you have a Christian school that's affiliated with a church or not, but that's kind of what I felt.
Yeah, no, you know, definitely a good vibe at NCS. It was real caring and nurturing, and so it's a shame that you didn't continue your path. Now, here's what I'm anxious to know: do you know what church you attended when you were here, when you guys were living in LA? Was it Fig or was it some other church?
We were at Fig. Yes.
Okay,
So my
okay.
grandfather, who was a pioneer preacher, he and Brother Hogan, they were like this. So we were real close to the Hogan family. So
Mm,
um, because my I'm a preacher's grandkid, we were always around all kind of church stuff. And so we were there. We were at Normandy. I can't think of any other churches that were there at that time, but
mm.
we went to Fig, but we associated with all kind of churches.
Got you. Got you. No, that's super nice, man. And then, because we're celebrating Black History, man, your dad was the first Black professor at Pepperdine University, right there in LA, which is an incredible legacy. And, I was searching the other day on just, some photos. And, I did run across an article that was taken probably not too long before he passed away and left us. It was a nice, super nice interview. And I was just like, man, I never knew that your dad was, who he was until after, after he had left us, man. And so, that would have been like a cool conversation, just to kind of sit down and talk about. So let me ask you, and I think I might have a picture of your dad. He was looking kind of nice and suave and debonair. So your dad, super nice legacy. Growing up, what kinds of stories did he share with you about his experience, at Pepperdine, being the first Black professor there?
Well, he enjoyed. First of all, he enjoyed it because he was able to do what he liked to do there.
Yeah.
Because he was always involved with sports. That's where I got the sports thing from. But he's always had an admin mindset. And I think what he did, he worked his way up. He was given control over certain things, and once he had that opportunity, he made a good use of the opportunity to the point where he was able to work his way up.
Yeah.
Now, one story he did share that was actually a negative. I think there was a shooting or something that happened on campus down there, and he kind of told me about that. That was kind of the dark story that he told me. That all the stuff he went through, with the student being shot, how it affected the community, and it was actually big news back then. But other than that, everything was positive, man. He loved his opportunity, and he took that opportunity and built on a whole lot of other opportunities. And I started learning my work ethic at that time. I didn't really understood what he did, but I understood back then he was always working because I was going to make sure Daddy had to go to work. Daddy had to make sure everything was taken care of for the family. So those are things that I started picking up early. And sometimes even now, I find myself doing the same things that started when I was watching him back then.
Yeah, so it looks like, according to the article, and then I just posted a link if anyone is interested in watching or actually reading that link. So he was actually a department chair. Eventually, he was a department chair for Pepperdine College, George Pepperdine College. and he taught in the Department of Health, Physical Education, and Recreation from 1969 to 1976. And he served as the director of the intramural sports and eventually becoming the department chair. And so, I was just reading the article, and again, there were some things that happened on campus and society, and so much so that one of the guys that called him, I was like, "Hey, you heard what happened?" He's like, "Yeah, I heard what happened." They were like, "Are you still going to come?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm still." He's like, "I'm still
That was him.
coming." Yeah. So, and he even says that he is credited with um, creating the first, I guess, Black History class on campus. So, that's super nice. Predates one of our contemporaries, James Taylor, who was there. David Holmes was there for a while, and so super nice to know that you have legacy in your family as it relates to, someone being in Pepperdine and putting it down in his own special way.
Yes, sir.
All right. Um, let's see. Let's move on. Um, Your father played a role in building programs and advocating for representation in academics. How do you think his example shaped the way you approach mentoring and working with young people today?
Well, I first of all, I saw it. So that was the first thing, just seeing it. And even now, I was thinking about this not long ago. I was just sitting around looking at all the kids that I work with, because I've worked with kids in church, kids in my summer track program, and kids in school. And a lot of times, as I mentioned earlier, I would see myself doing some of the same things that he did. And then come to find out, when I look back at my own life and my own career, that's nothing I planned for. I never planned to be a teacher. I never
Mhm.
planned to be a coach. I just kind of fell into it, and I think it's just because of watching him, and I actually became good at it from watching him. Not only with the coaching, but the way I organize a lot of things in my life. I took that same kind of formula of organization and consistency, and now that's how I put toward the things I do now. But those are the things that I saw from an early age, and I think that's part of his formula to all the things he did was just his
Mhm.
organization and his
Mhm.
consistency and his dedication.
No, that's super nice, man. And I just again, I would see your dad at some of the youth conferences, man. And if I knew that, like, man, let me go ahead and pick your brain a little bit. Oh, what's
Yeah.
going on at Seaver College way back in the
Oh
day?
man, he would have loved that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh man, brother Willie. And I still, matter of fact, at some point, I'm going to show you the picture. I didn't set up a scene where I could share my screen, but I have a picture of him, looking kind of nice and suave and debonair way back in the day. All right, so let's transition a little bit over, man. Let's kind of turn the focus back to you. You grew up in the Church of Christ. How did the church influence your values, discipline, and the sense of purpose as a young man? So you left here, you left California, you went back to Texas, or you went to Texas, and talk about the church, and because again, that's where we met back in one of those national youth conferences back in Oklahoma. How did the church influence how you kind of grew up into the young man that you are today?
Well, I think the church had a huge influence, but it still goes back to having parents that were serious about being the parents that God wanted them to be, and then exemplifying those actions around me. And what that looked like was, encouraging me when I did what I was supposed to do, getting on me when I wasn't,
Mm,
um, celebrating their successes and even some of their mistakes, and seeing how they were able to overcome them by tapping into God and His power, and focusing on God. And so, um, it becomes a habit first.
mm,
Before I even understand why I'm doing it, I was doing it. And then as I got older, I realized, okay, this is why I need to do these particular things in order to line myself up with God. And so I've always approached things that way, even to the point where, when I first went off to college, for example, I never had a problem with not going to church because that's something I've done,
mhm,
forever. So just
mhm.
those things, just setting up those repetitive things that were habits, but then in the process teaching me why those things were important, and them demonstrating that.
Mm. Man, what do you remember about attending school in Texas through through middle school and high school, compared, maybe compared to some of your earlier years? Now, I know you spent, most of the majority of your time in Texas schools and just a small amount of time in California schools. So, um, what do you remember about attending schools in Texas, middle school, and kind of compared to the your early formative years in California? Was there a big difference between the Texas and the California schools that you can remember, or was it kind of about the same?
It was a little bit different because we went from a private school to a public school.
Mhm.
I think the biggest difference was me though. In the early years, I was really more laid back. I guess back then you were labeled as shy,
Mhm.
and so as I got older, I started coming out of that. And I guess the public school gave me more opportunities to express myself in different ways through clubs or sports and stuff like that. So I think that's just the biggest thing: more opportunities to do more things and find out who I was in different areas.
Yeah. Um, after high school and college, what kind of drew you to? And we kind of talked about this a little bit. Being a track coach, what kind of drew you to coaching, and what did you enjoy most about coaching? The students that you did and working with those athletes.
So I think the thing that drew me most to coaching was watching my dad. I played everything. I played soccer, I played football, I played basketball, baseball, and I was pretty good at soccer, but I at best was average.
Mm-hmm.
So I played as long as I could, enjoyed it the whole time. I even played 1 year in college, but I realized, okay, I'm not gonna go pro, so I need to leave that alone and focus on
Something else.
But I never got away from the enjoyment of the sport,
Mm.
and my teaching kind of coincides with the way I approach sports. So when I figured out how I could be effective as a teacher, then I kind of took that same thing to the kids. When I first started teaching, I went in there not thinking the right way. Why is he acting like this? He's gonna act the way I need him to act. And trying to put that on them instead of going in trying to figure out what's going on with them. How can I reach him wherever he is? And so once I did that with sports, it was the same thing. I would see athletes and I would be like, okay, this person is not fast. What would I have wanted when I was playing sports to help me be even better? So I learned how to try to identify where everybody was and build on what their strengths were, and then show them that I'm there for them. And then one of the things my success that added to my success as a coach is showing them that I care about them outside of the sport.
Mm.
It got to the point where I had moms calling me, "You better come get your girl because she has an attitude." And Dad said, "You need to talk to him. I'm gonna take him off. He's getting in trouble."
Yeah,
So I would kind of tap into them and establish a rapport with them. And once I did that, my coaching took off because they were like, "Hey, this dude cares about me." So then when I needed to get in that grill, they took it as somebody that's just trying to make them better, not trying to go at them.
Yeah.
That's been my formula. Thankfully, we've been able to have several national championships. We have 12 national championships in track in AAU, USA, and as I mentioned earlier, a lot of them had college scholarships, and then even now, some of them are starting to call me saying, "Hey, I'm starting my own team. Can you tell me what I need to do?" So
Mm.
that's been the payback for me.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, man. I mean, it's always great when you have kids coming back, to you and asking for advice, because they value what you brought to the table, they trust you, and for them to come back and say, "Hey, can you help me with X, Y, and Z?" It kind of makes you feel a little bit good, just kind of makes you want to pat yourself on the back just a little bit, like, okay, I was doing something right, I was doing good by those kids that I kind of served. Um,
Yeah.
So then, coaching, man, you got into that. You did that for a very long time, and I would always see you post on your social media, just some of your the students that you were coaching, some of your athletes, standing on the medal stand, receiving medals or trophies or things of that nature. So I'm sure that must have kind of gave you a good a sense of belonging because you're helping out members of the community and helping them to kind of work towards their strengths, maximize their strengths. So that was super, super nice, man.
Definitely blessed.
So then, I mean, because you know, you're like a jack of all trades. You're almost like me, right? I mean, you know, we both do a lot of stuff, right? And so with track, you know, that's one genre that can, you know, lead down its own rabbit hole. But not only you being a track coach, man, you know, you get into the technology, and then, you know, I always see you sometimes posting, hey, I'm spinning good, clean music. Being a DJ, how does that work? Being a track coach and then being a DJ. How did that happen?
So I have to have a very good calendar, which I use my calendar on my phone. I got to have my organizational skills down. I cannot do anything. I'm the type of person, if you tell me to go to the store and get some brownies, I'm going to put it on my calendar. Because if one step is off, it's going to be a domino effect to everything else. But I just find a way to find things that I enjoy, and find a way to do them. And then now, as I'm getting older, getting closer to my retirement age, now I'm finding a way to take all those things that I enjoy and make money from it. So, you know, when I do officially retire, I'll be working, but I won't be working. So that's what I'm doing now. You mentioned track. I'm actually the coordinator for the Dallas elementary track program. So one of the things that I'm doing now, preparing for now, when I retire, is running the fully automatic timing system. So I talked them into getting that for the elementary. We didn't have it elementary. So now I'm learning it. And then whenever I retire, I'm going to have my own, more technology, just running the timing system, different track meets. So I'm like you. I'm just always looking for opportunity to learn something, to do something better and different.
Okay. So then I still want to get back to that, to the DJ thing, man. How did that passion start? Where I mean, because, you know, you kind of talked about, you know, the track and how you kind of future-proofing yourself, so that way, you know, you got the automatic timing system, you know, so when you know, decide to hang it up, you know, in the classroom, you got something else, man. So this passion with music, man, where did it come from?
So it came from being fascinated with hip hop. You know, we were around when hip hop first came about. I remember that first record I got, Rapper's Delight, saving up. Going to buy Rapper's Delight, and then you know, loving technology, watching Jam Master Jay, paid us some money, got a couple of turntables, started mixing and scratching at my room, and then one day, one of my best friends across the street, he said, "Hey man, I'm having a birthday party. Do you mind if you can DJ?" And I'm like, "Cool." So of course, I didn't charge him. I just went over there, played some songs, jamming, and then after that, people started asking me, "Hey, can you do DJ my gig?" And then it built from there. And then you know, it was another avenue of creativity.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now, because, you know, he's always posting, "Hey, I'm spinning some good, clean music." I'm like, come on, man, you ain't had a slip up yet.
Oh, I had a slip up. I've had a slip up.
Now, was this?
We had a slip up.
How did that go for you? I mean, was it? Well, you know, did it be like, hey, or were they like, what you doing over there, brother David?
Most of the time, if it's happening, most people don't hear it. You hear a few people kind of look up.
Yeah.
But I usually catch it, and sometimes I just put the wrong version of stuff. And sometimes they'll do a request. I don't like doing requests.
Yeah.
Because it might be from an artist or a song that I've never heard of. And oh, it's clean.
Yeah.
Play it, and then it'll have some stuff. And I think, let me cut that off. But I do a lot of church events.
Okay.
And when they call me, but I want to play some gospel music. No, just play the regular music.
Yeah.
So I just kind of. But it was just a word of mouth. Because I've never really promoted it. It's just been word of mouth all these years.
Okay.
But I enjoy doing it. Yeah, but that's
now, who's your favorite artist to play?
My favorite. Ooh, that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
My favorite artist to play. I don't think I have a favorite artist.
Okay. Favorite song? You got to have a favorite song.
I deal with so many different genres of music. Like I do. I've done country stuff before.
Okay.
I've done blues, I've done R&B, I've done pop. So I don't know. I think probably my favorite genre of music to
Yeah.
play is probably 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, like the disco era and stuff like that. It was something about that sound back then.
Okay. So like the Motown sound, maybe.
Motown sound, but like Kool and the Gang,
Okay. Are you really going way
stuff like
back?
that. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Talking
yeah,
about,
yeah.
talking about Joanne.
Got to be real.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. All right. Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right. Cool. Cool.
We Are Family, stuff
We are.
like that.
All right, that's cool. That's what's up. All right, I'm over here designing some stuff in the background. I see one of our friends in the chat. I think that she says, "Hey, James and Brian." So I think that's Miss Crystal.
Got to be Crystal.
That gotta be right there. What up, Chris? How you feeling? Thank you for joining in on the fun tonight. We just hanging out. B, did you know, Crystal, that B went to NCS and he lived in LA and he went to Figueroa? Had no idea. Mine is blown. Mine is blown because this dude right here. So we're just hanging out, kind of talking about just his journey from NCS to back to Texas. Now, was your family originally from Texas, Brian?
Well, my family was originally from Indianapolis. Well, I was born in Indianapolis. I think my mom was born in Detroit.
Okay.
My dad was born in Mississippi and then, went to Indiana, but I'm from Indiana.
Okay. All right. Okay. So then you went from Indiana to LA to Texas.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So we're talking about just being a creative coach and DJ and how did DJing help you build confidence, community, or your creative discipline?
That's a good question. So confidence wise, being a DJ forced me to be sociable. I'm naturally laid back.
Yeah.
Now I'll talk to you and stuff like that, but most of the time somebody's gonna initiate the conversation. That's just how it's always been. But being a DJ has forced me to interact with people, with me being the one to make the first move for the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then my need for, as we mentioned before, my need for organization and understanding. If I have a gig set up, I need to know all the details. Don't ask questions. And the more that I know, and the more I interact with whoever I'm dealing with, it gives me the confidence to know that I'm have everything set up correctly. So that's the main thing. I didn't hear the other part of your question.
Oh no, I was just talking about DJing. How did DJing help you build confidence, community, or creative discipline? You kind of talked about that a little bit because you said you have to be organized, right? And you said you put everything on your calendar. So you have to be organized as a track coach because you're steadily recording those times. You want those times to get better and better, right? And so again, same thing with DJing. You got to make sure you put all your stuff together. You got your playlist, and so they kind of go hand in hand just a little bit. So let's go ahead and Crystal hopped in and put some of her comments. She was like, she kind of found out some of the stuff that that we discussed earlier, and then she said she didn't know about the Indiana part. So kind of cool. All right, so let's move on a little bit to video production, man, and YouTube, man. I want to be where you are. This dude got I was looking at one of his videos the other day. I'm gonna pull it up. Man, he got 10,000 views on a video. I'm over here struggling with 10 views on my channel with just one video. He got 10,000 on one. I'm like, man, what's up there? But before we, so now you've kind of transitioned. So you're doing the track coach. You still have a hand in that. You're spinning good, clean music. Now, video production. What sparked your interest in storytelling through video? Because that's kind of what you're doing on your YouTube station. So what kind of sparked that whole idea to get you involved? Was it COVID or was it something else that you kind of fell in love with?
Well, first of all, it was just my love for production, period.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned, I'm a school teacher, but my degree is actually in music business and production. So I've always had a production mindset. But COVID did kind of motivate me to get out there when I saw other people doing YouTube videos. Let me just try it. let me tell my story. Of course, when I went in, I didn't really know what I was doing. Still learning now, but I definitely didn't know what I was doing when I began. But one of the things that I found out is that anything you produce has an audience. You got to figure out where that audience is and how to drive people to you. And once I did that, and I stopped thinking so much about how to make everything perfect and just put it out there. And when I put it out there, things started, the production value started going up. But it's just about telling your story and telling your story authentically. And then once you do that, there's an audience that wants to hear that somewhere. Everybody doesn't.
Yeah.
But there's an audience somewhere that does. And just keep putting it out there. And the people that like your content, they'll find you.
Oh, okay. Let me see. What is the name of your YouTube channel, B?
Bromatic Life Adventures. And one of the reasons why I named it that was because
go ahead.
When I started looking at the YouTube videos, at first I didn't have an RV, I just had my truck, and I started seeing people going RVing, going camping, but initially a lot of people didn't look like me. So all that was cool that I was seeing, but I kind of wondered, well, what if I told a perspective? Not that that's the main focus, but I still want to, if I'm going to tell my story, me being a black man, the bromatic version of these camping stories is what I'm going to put out. So that's how I kind of came up with it. And then, there's a term out there, nomad. Nomad lifestyle. And I just said, you know what, I'm going to be bromad. I'm gonna do some of what they do, but I'm gonna put my spin on it so I can do it the way I want to do it.
Okay, so I want to go back to you teaching, because I know right now you're teaching kids video production and all that kind of good stuff. So let me find the channel where I was just there. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. See, I was over here working behind the scenes, so I forgot to put up a shared screen, but here we go. Let me see if I got this correct, man. Let me see. Is this it right here? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. There you go. I got you. Look at this.
I can't see anything that you put up.
It's okay. Okay. You know what? It's not a problem. You don't need to see it.
Okay.
You don't need to see it.
All right.
I just got your YouTube page, your YouTube landing page.
Okay.
Bromatic Life Adventures. This guy right here, he got 600, well, not 600. He has 6,000, over 6,000 subscribers to his YouTube channel. He has 57 videos. And then I'm looking, man, he got like thousands of views on his videos, man. So it is definitely, when you're talking about YouTube, they always say you want to niche down in a particular topic. And so you have definitely niched down in a topic. And, I'm looking at the video where you had JT and Rob RVing with the brothers, just chilling. This man got 10,000 views just on that video. If I put my videos to shame, put them up next to you, mine'd be like, dang,
But you know what? But that's the one thing that I found out that I couldn't do. You can't compare yourselves to other people, because there's people with million. Every time they post, they have a million.
Yeah.
So if I base it off of that, then I'll get off my focus.
Yeah.
But for me, it took one video. I want to say it was 4 years ago, and I think I was telling you this earlier. Where I went down to the beach.
Yeah.
Here we got to drive 6 hours to get to the beach.
Man.
So I went down to the beach, and I was having problems with my RV. And so I kind of videoed me. I think I had a leak, plumbing leak. I was showing that, and I was showing how to fix it. I was talking about my frustrations with it. And for some reason, that video hit. And once that video hit, for some reason, it drove all of the traffic there. So it did something to the algorithm. So now every time I post, I'll get at least 1 to 2,000 or higher based on that video. But it just takes one video.
And your thumbnails look nice.
Again, it's all about just. Hey, I'm learning that on the go. Canva.
Man, look at you going to spring break. Look at Myrtle Beach, man. See, I'm gonna have to take a course out of your page, man. So if you can, go ahead, and what I'll do is I'm gonna see if I can. See, I'm not subscribed. Oh, okay. NCS subscribe. We are now subscribed to your to your channel, B, and I'm just going to click on one of them. I'm not going to show it. I don't want to hear you right now. I just want to get to the video. Let me turn the sound down. And I just want for folks to go ahead and subscribe to my man's YouTube channel. That way you can kind of check out and see what he's putting down. So let me see. Me hit share. I'm going to copy this link. And I'm just going to drop it over here in the chat for anyone who wants to. Look at that, man. You got your car mounted camera, or is that your Meta glasses you using?
Oh no, I haven't graduated to the Meta yet. Not yet.
That's super dope, man. All right, so let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and hop back into some of these questions real quick, man. Because the time is kind of going. So we're talking about video production, and now you're teaching that to kids, right? So we're kind of doing the same thing again. I think I had said during COVID, we kind of were going back and forth with just some tips and some pointers. How did you get into teaching video production to kids? Because you're coaching, you're DJing, now you're video production, man. How does that all kind of work out, for you as being an educator? How did you kind of get into that line or into that passion of work with the kiddos?
You know what? I'm at a school where I have a very supportive principal, and if something pops in my mind, I'll go to the principal and say, "Hey, I got this idea," and she'll be like, "Okay, just tell me how you're gonna make it work."
Yeah.
So I had the idea, sitting around one day. You know what? Maybe the kids can learn video and music. And so that's when I got that Canon M50.
Mm-hmm.
That was their first camera.
Mm.
So we started a little bit, and then I found out Toyota had a grant that they offered to the low-income kids in our area, for their schools. And then I found most of the teachers use it for school supplies, stuff like that. But I said, well, if I do a video program, can I use that? And they told me yes. So we got a $3,000 grant. I bought a Canon R50, a little bit of stuff up from the M50, bought a video editor, and just started showing them different things. The next year, which is last year, we got another grant. Everything was going so well, they liked what we were doing. And then this year, we received our third grant in a row. So it was just an opportunity for kids to be able to put something together and take ownership of it. We've taken them. They do their own news broadcast. I've showed them how to sit down and come up with a thought for a video they want to do. They know how to use all the software, all the editing tools. It's to the point now where I just kind of sit back and monitor. What do you want to do? If you need any help, let me know. And kind of monitor like that. We're starting our Black History program is Thursday. We have a video team now. They're going to be videoing. I'm gonna step back and let them do the whole production. And so those are things some of the kids can take later on and make money. That's stuff we had to go to school for.
Yeah.
But those are skills they can use right now that can make them some money.
Yeah,
exposing them to opportunities.
Yeah, for me, I never did pick up, because my degree was in Black Studies, it's in early childhood special education. All of this, all this technology stuff has been, influenced by, my youth worker, Willard Kruger. Shout out to Willard. That dude used to pick me up on Saturdays and, used to go and, videotape all kind of stuff here in LA, church related or whatever, and just secular stuff. And so I think that's kind of where my love for the video side kind of started. I've always had a love for photography, but yeah, it's great when you can bring those things into your space. And so because you have that passion, like you have the passion for coaching, you have passion for DJing. And, if you have a principal or admin team who says, hey, go for it, we got you. That's like the best feeling, man. And then, congratulations for being rewarded or awarded 3 consecutive years, it sounds like, for, the technology grant. Now, was that the Toyota grant that you were telling me about? I think sometimes last year, did you guys apply for that grant 3 consecutive times and you got the grant 3 years, or was it a series of different grants that your school received?
It's the same grant every year. Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of times, if they see you, it really benefit the kids. They'll reward it to you again. So thankfully, they saw some good things in my students.
Got you. Let me see. What do I want to kind of go back to the RV life kind of situation, because I know you know that's kind of like your side thing. You love it, and I can tell that you have great passion for that as well. What do you enjoy most about the RV life, and what has that taught you about freedom, patience, or perspective? You know, whatever perspective that you might have, especially now in our years of age. What kind of perspective does RVing give you, right now through the experiences that you have with your family and friends?
So one of the things RVing taught me was I've always been a city person. When I was coming up, you couldn't send me to anybody's woods or camp or anything like that. And it's not something I did.
Mm.
RVing has shown me there's a whole area where I can get out of the city, out of the
Yeah.
hustle and bustle of every day, and just relax and really kind of enjoy God's creations more. My first trip on my channel was basically to Denver. Took a trip to Denver. It wasn't in the RV yet. Um, during the pandemic, I found a $50 round trip ticket, and I flew to Denver, and took a tour of the Rocky Mountains. So I decided to get my RV and find different places that I hadn't been before,
Hmm.
and places that were, on the beach or in somebody's mountains, or in an area that I had not explored before, just to let me know, there's an area outside of what I normally expose myself to, that I can gain something and benefit something from. And so that's been the thing. The people that I've met along the way, a lot of whom are different than myself. One of my biggest fears first going out was, if I get in the middle of nowhere and I'm the only person that looks like me, that's a real concern normally. But I've never had an issue. As a matter of fact, the ones, and I know they're out there, but
Man.
I haven't run into anybody like that. They've been the opposite. They've been actually great. So that community, and I'm gonna say 99.9% of the time, because I know somebody's out there want to do something crazy, but it's seeing people
Yeah.
that don't look like me in a different light, and realize everybody's not like that. I still got to watch my back, but everybody's not like that. And just seeing learning how to just look at a situation and take what you can take from it, and apply the best of it to yourself.
Hmm. Man. So we're kind of winding down a little bit now. I'm just looking at this next question. So let's look at life in Texas right now and kind of looking ahead, right? Because we're not spring chickens, right? And so today you're an educator, you're a content creator, DJ, YouTuber with a growing channel focused on RVing. Um, what do you enjoy most about this season of your life right now in Texas? Because you got coaching, you got teaching, you got RVing, you got DJing, man. You got a lot. Plus, you got regular. I was looking at one of the videos from your channel. It was kind of tickled me a little bit when I laughed. It's like my 94-year-old aunt wants to buy an RV. So I'm just I'm gonna definitely check that one out. So, what about this time right now of your life? How do how do you kind of see yourself navigating the rest of the years of doing what you're doing as a romantic life adventurer?
Yeah. I definitely want to continue RV, and I'm going to go ahead and do some of the other type adventures. Like I just discovered a couple weeks ago, Amtrak. So I
Mm.
want to take adventures on Amtrak. I want to hit that Pacific Coast Highway train ride from Seattle to Los Angeles, and a couple of other ones.
Yeah.
But RVing, I do want to get around the country. Texas is so big that the majority of my RVing has been in Texas. I want to get outside of Texas. And one of the things that I want to do is I kind of want to hit up different areas in Texas, and then kind of hit a focus on all of my visits. I would like to find, important figures in Black history, not nationally, but to that particular area. Say I might go to South Texas, and I might find somebody that did something big, in history that we don't know about, but it was important to kind of highlight everywhere I go, kind of highlight somebody or something special in that particular area. I want to make that a part of my videos that I put out. And pretty much that's it, man. I just want to keep exploring places I've never been.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get some more of us to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think excuse me. You talked about, traveling. My fear would be, when I'm traveling by myself, just kind of what you talked about, getting stuck in a situation is like, okay, I ain't got nobody with me. And then I'm smack dab in the middle of nowhere, and here's the funny thing. I was looking at a TV show right before we started to live with Maisha, with Riley. And the guy was in there and he was about to do something kind of crazy. And the guy was just basically, one of the characters in the show was like, look, you can look at the day as, being 50% chance of rain, but then on the flip side, it's 50% chance that it's going to be sunny. And it's like, depending on how you see it, the glass half empty, glass half full. When you get stuck in these situations, it can be all good or it can be all bad. Fortunately enough, those situations where you kind of were like, wait a minute, everything is worked out. And so that would be my biggest fear, getting to somewhere, especially if I'm by myself and not having the help or not knowing who I can depend on, especially in some of those crazy cities, and especially in the time that we in right now.
Yeah. And one of the things that I do when I go anywhere, I always dictate the temperature of the room. Even before, what happens is if you go somewhere, you know how it is. You'll see eyes looking at you. I've literally seen people. If I go to Walmart and I walk too close to the grass in the first, just because they see this particular type of person. When I go, to an RV resort or something like that, if I see somebody, I initiate the conversation. I let them know, hey, this person is coming to me in a good way. And that can foretell a lot of what could be, an unfavorable situation. And then I always, whenever I go somewhere out of town, I still, if I'm at a campground on a Sunday, I make sure I leave the campground, find a place to worship. So, I need God to roll with me on these trips. So, I need to give him his time as well.
Absolutely. Man, you gotta get an air horn, man. You gotta get an air horn to God. You know what I'm saying? He's a protector. You know what I'm saying? So shout out, man. God, make sure you protect my boy when he rolling around in these crazy cities. You know what I'm saying? All right. So here, let's see if we can wrap it up in a nice little bow, B. When you think about your journey from being one of the first students at NCS to carrying a powerful family legacy to shaping students today, what does the best in the West mean to you?
The best in the West. The best in the West means it's some really good people that have really given me some good foundation that have made me what I am today. Even though you're not on this coast, the West Coast is still a pretty good coast.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta. I know you done heard me say the West Coast is the best coast. Come on, man.
Of course.
Come on, man.
Absolutely. I love the West Coast. I love it.
I know you do.
I've met some really good people. You mentioned Crystal a while ago. That's literally one of the most wonderful persons I know.
Yeah. No, she's cool. Yeah, no, Chris is super nice. I was fortunate enough to being one of her very first friends when she arrived here at Normandy. And so, we go way back. No, I mean, Normandy was great, man. And I just wish that, we had known each other. You talked about Jackson Bond. Yeah. That name does ring a bell. I think he might have been a year or two behind me. Darren, what year was Jackson? Do you know? See, I stumped El Presidente. He doesn't know.
Give me the good question.
Jackson Bond. How many years was he behind me?
I believe he might have been in the 77 class.
77 class?
I think
so. He was older?
I think so.
Jackson Bond was older?
I believe so.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
I'll double check.
Yeah, double check, dude. I don't think Jackson Bond was. I don't know. I don't know. Figure out how old he is. I'm sure you're still friends with him, right?
Wait. Yes, I am. He was friends with Thomas Jackson.
Thomas Jackson.
Yes. So I'm sorry. That's 81.
81.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
See?
behind me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He behind me. I'm like, he not anyway. Yeah, see
Does
this dude.
Carmen Womack
Carmen Womack. Yeah, you remember Carmen Womack?
for some reason, that name sticks out.
Okay, see, there we go. All right, Carmen Womack. She was, I think, a year or two behind me.
Okay.
She's also 81 according to El Presidente. So no, man, Tracy Sims. I don't know if Tracy Sims was
Same class.
I know, but I don't know if Tracy was there when Brian was there. Oh, she was. Okay, there. Okay. Darren's like, she was. I have the class picture. Okay, dude. Okay. All right. He done woke up now. He was over there asleep for a couple of minutes ago until I woke him. He said, leave me alone. I'm sorry, El Presidente. I'm sorry. Man, no, man, I appreciate you hopping on, dude, man. Where can people find you? I know, let me see if I can go to the screen again. Let me see if I can pull it up again. We already talked about the YouTube channel, The Bromantic Life Adventures. Let me see. I think this is it right here. There you go. Where can people find you if they want to follow you or, all the kind of socials, man? Let us know where people can find you.
Man, you know what? I have Instagram.
Yeah.
I think it's Romantic Life Adventures, but I hardly ever get on. I need to go ahead and figure out how to monetize on that platform as well. But it's probably Romantic Life as well.
Okay. Absolutely. All right. So just follow our boy. Follow Brian over there on YouTube. And man, again, I'm gonna have to pick his brain because like I said, he got 6.68 thousand subscribers. He got like videos, 10,000 views, 4. Man, you got some stuff. I'm gonna have to come to your class a little bit and sit around and pick your brain.
Whatever I learn, I'm willing to share. I'm still learning myself.
Absolutely. Hey, do me a favor, man. Any closing remarks you want to say before we finish up tonight? Any closing remarks from
man? I want to thank you for having me. And then I want to thank you, man, for all the years I've known you. You've always been a stand-up guy. Always put out positive energy. I've never seen you not put out positive energy, and I appreciate you for that. And I remember even I got an invite to the wedding. And you might not realize, you might not know this, but that really meant a lot to me. And I got an invite to your wedding.
Absolutely, man. I'm trying to remember if you were if you got an invite to be in the wedding. Did you get, dude? Riley had so many people. I was just like, really?
I was thinking the same thing. I thought I did. I don't know. I know I was there.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's all good, man. No, it was a wonderful time, man. It was a wonderful time. I mean, and can you imagine? It's been 28 years.
Wow, man.
28.
That's a blessing.
Go ahead and hit the air horn.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, no, thanks for being available, man. And, just shout out to, again, Brian is one of the original 53. One of the OG 53 students of NCS. And so thank you for hanging out with us, man. Do me a favor, because I don't want to finish our conversation. I'm going to put you in the green room for a little bit. And I'm going to close up the show, and then we can come back and kind of chop it up a few more minutes before we leave. So I appreciate you hopping on tonight, Brian.
Yes, sir.
Hey, guys. So there he goes. Brian Davis, the man, the myth, the legend, the bromantic life adventurer, Brian Davis, one of the OG 53 of the NCS Normandy Christian School. His dad was Legacy. Dad was the first professor at Pepperdine University now, or Pepperdine College back in the day on 79th and Normandy. And so just super, super nice. I can't see that, bruh. You got to just tell me. Just tell me. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. You want me to shout out Ms. Quick? Absolutely. So yeah, just super nice to have Brian on here as one of the OG 53, and just appreciate him being available tonight, just talking about his journey, even though it was short-lived. He wasn't like me who went through all kinder all the way through 6th grade, but it's still, he had roots in CS in Los Angeles. And so thanks to his dad who brought him out here, Willie Davis, shout out to him. And his mom, Phyllis Davis, as well. She's super nice, super dope in her own right as well. So we didn't talk too much about mom, but mom is super nice and she's doing her thing. Other than that, I do want to say happy heavenly birthday. I believe Darren was saying that Miss Quick's birthday is coming up, I believe Saturday or sometime this week. So just happy. I don't know what number it is, but happy heavenly birthday to Miss Quick, who meant so much to the NCS community. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you for watching. We'll do it again at the end or the last Monday in March, I believe. Is that correct, Darren? Yes, the last Monday in March will come to you, and we'll have another wonderful guest here on the Best in the West podcast with your boy, Mr. Riley. And I'm going to close it out. Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next video. Peace. Thanks for watching, you guys.